Welcome to Braves Country Radio. We are excited to bring you a brand new season, your home for the classic call of radio baseball.
I state your name.
I state your name.
Do hereby pledge allegiance to the
armchair.
With liberty for all.
You're in Braves country.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention now to the area in front of the pitcher's mound for tonight's ceremonial first pitch.
You can't drink like me, you can't smoke like me, so don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
What the hell's going on out here? Well, scared because his eyelids are jammed and his old man's here. We need a live rooster to take the curse off Jose's glove, and nobody seems to know what to get Millie for their wedding present. We're dealing with a lot of
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it. The fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing, Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner.
a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series. A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lam-a ding-dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America you get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
People will come. They come for reasons they can't even fathom. Not knowing for sure why they're doing it. They'll arrive at your door as innocent as children, longing for the past.
They sit in shirt sleeves on a perfect afternoon. They have reserved seats somewhere along one of the baselines. Back when they were children, cheered their heroes. It'll be as if they'd dipped themselves in magic waters. The memories will be so thick, they'll have to brush them away from their faces. People will come. The one constant through all the years has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers. Been erased like a blackboard. Rebuilt and erased again. Baseball to mark the time. This field, this game, it's a part of our past. It reminds us of all that once was good, and it could be again. Oh, people will come. People will most definitely come.
We're all told at some point in time we can no longer play the children's game. We just don't know when that's going to be. Some of us are told at 18, some of us are told at 40. But we're all told.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Which team do you play for?
Well, I'm a...
Well, I was just wondering, because I couldn't figure out why you would throw home when we've got a 2-run lead. You let the tying run get on second, and we lost the lead because of you.
Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
Swung line drive left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Reed. He's looking right at the plate.
You're embraced
Braves country. If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to Forrest. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Here's a list of the players we'll be inviting to camp.
I never heard of half of these guys. And the ones I do know are way past their prime.
Most of these guys never had a prime.
This guy here is dead.
Cross him off, then.
The local press seems to think we'd save everyone a lot of time and trouble if we just went out and shot ourselves.
We got uniforms and everything.
You know, you might think about taking Jesus Christ as your savior instead of fooling around with all this stuff.
I like him very much. He no help with curveball.
You trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
But I'll tell you, these fans are great. Listen to them. Hey, way to go, Rick. Oliver Ohio loves you. Come on, baby. Come on, Ricky. Come on, Ricky.
The game doesn't stink. It's a great game.
If you build it, he will come.
You know, one of the best things about being an ex-big leaguer is getting freebies to the game. Call the front office, bingo. And once these fans recognize me, I probably won't even have to pay for my life here. Down it! I love them. Good seats, huh?
You're in the wrong seat, buddy. Come on.
Oh, I must be in the front row.
Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate.
Please remain standing. We call your attention to our fans here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose white stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Play ball! Good seats, hey, buddy. He missed the tag! He missed the tag! He missed the tag!
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're good.
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys. Pour you a cold one. It's time for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the Atlanta Braves are on the road again. We're set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play, the classic call, Braves Country Baseball. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. It's time to put it all aside for what should be a great game here on the diamond. As we take you out to the old ballpark, kick up your feet, let's take a journey back to the golden age of radio baseball. We'll do our best to paint the picture as the game goes along. Roll call is on the way. It's time to join the country club, join in the fun. It's time to chop along. Go ahead and put your game face on. Here are the starting lineups for today's action. Leading off for your Atlanta Braves, it's Ronald Acuna Jr. in right field. The designated hitter will be Drake Baldwin. Batting second, batting third, Matt Olson. Batting cleanup, Ozzie Albies. Lane Thomas is in left. Batting fifth, Harris is in center. Batting sixth, Dubon seventh in short. And Riley's at third. He's batting eighth. Murphy is behind the plate. We had audio issues, so we're just going to whip through these. We'll do them as we go along. Holmes is on the mound. Kay is on the mound. Pretty even pitching matchup. 3.82 ERA for Holmes. 4.01 for Kay. For the White Sox, it's Antonashi in left. Murakami at first. Vargas at third. Benintendi, the designated hitter. Montgomery in right. Montgomery in short. Yes, same spelling of the last name, different first names. Meidroth is at second. Peters center. Romo is behind the plate. Calling balls and strikes, it's Ron Culpa. Buckle up. He's terrible. Scott Berry is at first. Second base is Manny Gonzalez, and down the third base line, it's Tom Hanahan. Our pick to click real quick, we're going to take Lane Thomas. Why Lane Thomas? 4 for 9 lifetime against Anthony Kay, and like you know, we've told you a million times before, he rakes against lefties. We'll take your Atlanta Braves to finally put some runs on the board. Give me Atlanta to win this one 5-3. Figure Grant Holmes will get through 4, maybe 5, and the bullpen will hold the rest.
It is the American game. You see a guy hit the ball out the ballpark, and that same guy can come up tomorrow in that situation and miss the ball and lose the ball game. Can bring you up here, it can bring you down there. One thing about it, though, you know it always will be a tomorrow. You got me today, but I'm coming back.
Think about it. What is there in your life, besides your love of family maybe, that carries all the way through from almost your earliest recollections till the day you die, and you care about it in one way or another? There are very, very few things that make that list, but we have a child's interest in baseball, so it will be one of the few things in my life that I have cared about in one way or another all the way through.
There's a lot of wonderful stillness in baseball that I love. Many seconds of stillness. When the pitcher has got the sign, the batter is crouched, the ball players all lean forward with their hands on their knees, and then very shortly the ball is delivered. But in that tiny period when the pitch and the fever of the crowd is tangible, there's a moment of absolute stillness that I treasure.
The best of us keep as much of that childhood with us as we grow into adulthood as we can muster. And the most creative, the most happy, the most fortunate of us are those who don't lose the sense of play. And even after we're past the point of being able to actually play the game with any skill, If we love it, then it's like Peter Pan. We remain boys forever. We don't die.
Get this bus moving.
Stop.
Come back.
Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good to see you, Richard Talley, James Ray, Allison Washingland, Jerni. I beg your pardon, we didn't promise you a rosemary garden. My man Nathaniel Brooks, James Fisher King, JR, Royal PETA. Atlanta Braves are getting set for this game. We are set. We had a little audio issues at the beginning. Didn't realize they were there, and that's why I'm glad I always do a sound check. Found out at the last moment. Looks like clear skies here in Chicago for once. Remember, this started the June swoon. For those of y'all, Rosemary's kind of asking about it, but more detailed. When the Atlanta Braves came into Chicago, there were rainy conditions. Long story short, they ended up canceling this game and postponing it till today. And if you remember, that began the June swoon. That started a stretch of games where they went to New York, played the Mets, didn't score a lot of runs. And if you recall, when they came out of Chicago that night, they were on a long delay and got into New York very, very late and didn't play well against the Mets. They ended up losing 2 at home to San Francisco. We will conclude that later on this month. They looked good against Milwaukee, but then got swept in San Diego, lost the series in San Francisco, lost the series against the Cardinals, split it with the Mets, which is not a brag this year, and they ended up starting to bounce back as we headed towards the All-Star break and played really good baseball coming out of the All-Star break. Since then, we have in the middle of a little bit of an August. They usually call it the dog days of summer. We're slumping in the month of August here at the end. And it hasn't helped that all these rainouts are being made up in August, because the reason why Major League Baseball tends to give you extra days off in August, it's not just to make up rainouts, but it's usually because teams are tired and they need the days off. We're not getting the days off. So we got to fight through it. And hopefully the offense wakes up today. Anthony Kay is a southpaw, and that's why Thomas is in the lineup. Once again, I told you he was 4 for 9 lifetime with them. I mean, I wouldn't have been too upset if they would have had Thomas lead off, to be honest with you. 4 for 9. Give me as many times to see him as possible. But they went with Acuna and then Drake. And honestly, against lefties, they should really revisit that strategy. But they haven't today. I mean, I'm talking about I would have put Thomas at the number 2 spot just because Acuna, he doesn't move runners along. He just swings freely, so let him do his thing. And then put Thomas in there, and then Olsen, and then Ozzie, and then drop Drake. Or you put Drake behind Olsen. Either way, it would have been much better than what we see today. But hopefully it turns out they continue to go off the number crunchers, and the number crunchers, all they pay attention to is exit velocity. Ronald Acuna is coming to the plate. We are in our road grays, top to bottom. By now you probably know what they look like. Atlanta across the chest in red, outlined in navy ball cap. with the white A representing the city of Atlanta. From Boston till Milwaukee to the A. Since 1871, your Atlanta Braves. America's team. Is the first pitch on the way? Yes, sir! It is baseball time in Braves country. And Acuna takes a wild hack at the first pitch inside. It's 0-1. Longest running sports franchise in North American history. The 0-1 pitch swing, rolls it up the middle, soft roller, scoops, flips, and Acuna he's going to beat that one out. He actually hustled at the end. He would have beat it out easily. We'll see if they want to challenge. It's extremely close. He would have beat that out easily had he been busting it out of the box the entire way. He picked up momentum at the end. We'll see if it's enough. They may decide to challenge this. And they are going to challenge it. And yeah, he's out. So once again, lazy baseball goes to an out, and there's going to be one away when they, unless his foot came off the bag, and I don't believe it did. It was a bad call by first base umpire Scott Berry. This is the one of the lowest ranked umpire crews in Major League Baseball. Maybe that's why they got the rain makeup, and he is out. So lack of hustle costs us an infield single. He accelerated at the end, but by then it was too late. Lefty-lefty matchup. Drake Baldwin, the batter. First pitch right there on the inner cut. It's 0-1. Infield back into the right. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. But I'm not going to put it all on Acuna. This is where Weiss has to be a man and bench him immediately. Embarrass him in front of everybody. He doesn't do that. He just all shuckses it, and he's learning from the best sitting over there in the dugout. The 0-2 pitch swing. Rolls it foul. We'll do it again. Snicker did the same thing, let Acuna get with it. Remember when he first came up, they made a stand, and then he threw a temper tantrum, and they haven't really corrected him since. They've only done it a few times. It's always been a big whoopity-doo, so they ended up dropping it. The 0-2 pitch, swing, rakes it towards right field, but it's an atom ball, easy fly ball out into the glove of the right fielder Montgomery, and there's quickly 2 down. Antonashi, Peters, and Montgomery are left to right across the outfield. Around the horn, Vargas, Montgomery, and Mydrith. It's Braden Montgomery and Colson Montgomery. B. Montgomery is in the outfield. C is in the infield. Murakama's at first. Romo behind the plate. Hopefully he's not drunk today. And K is on the bump. The NFL fans will get that one. Braves head to Milwaukee after this for a 3-game set. First pitch to Olsen off that 1-0 is right there for a strike. It's 1-1. And it's going to end up being Chris Sale tomorrow. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Blew it right by him. It's 1-2. Martin Perez versus Mizorowski on Saturday. Oof. And Molly is on the Hill Sunday in Pennsylvania. And then we get a day off, the last day off of August, and we head back home to face the Dodgers. So yeah, it's getting much easier as this August swoon goes. The 1-2 count, outside wide, 2-2. Philly is going to be at home against the Cardinals, but after that, they've got a tough schedule. We'll get into that later on. The 2-2. Wilson digging in. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Chase one about 4 inches off the plate. We'll be back in a flash. Bottom of the first we go. 0-0 here in Braves country.
Can I have the keys?
No!
You're out of my will.
You're out of my will. That's right. We'll see who croaks first.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. Herman Long was a shortstop who played at the turn of the 20th century who set a record in 1889. The record he set was the most errors in a single season with 122, which he accomplished in just 136 games. For reference, the most errors by a player in 2021 was only 24.
LeBron James playing at the level he's playing this year already. I mean, it is unbelievable.
I gotta remember to record this, man.
Yeah, you're not editing nothing. You don't got that talent right now.
Armchair.
The 1912 World Series was a fiercely fought contest, on and off the field. Fans followed the action by telegraph and on scoreboards mounted in saloons and city squares all across the country.
When I was 13 years old, I got a job posting scores in an old-fashioned corner saloon at 85th Street and 1st Avenue. At World Series time, a complete play-by-play came over the ticker, and the management had me stand on a platform and read the tape in a loud voice. This was 1912, remember? The Giants and the Red Sox. And the saloon was jammed to overflowing with hundreds inside and out, eagerly following each game's progress.
No individual, whether player, manager, owner, critic, or spectator, who went through the 1912 World Series will ever forget it. There never was another like it. From the lofty perch of the bleacher right, it was a series crammed with thrills and gulps, cheers and gasps, dejection and wild exultation, recrimination and adoration, excuse and condemnation. Spalding died.
Welcome back. First pitch from Grant Holmes is off the plate, wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Grant Holmes, 6-pitch mix, the 1-0 pitch, right there at the knees, 1-1. Left to right across the outfield for the Braves, it's Thomas, Harris, and Acuna. Around the horn, third to first, Riley, Dubon, Ozzie, and Olsen. Sean Murphy is behind the plate, and Grant Holmes is on the hill. 1-1 count from Grant. Swing and a miss, slider inside, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Try to get him to chase that slider down and in once again. He's got a four-seamer that comes in about 38% of the time. Same with the slider at 38. The 2-2 well outside the zone. And it's a full count. Curveball 11%, sinker 6%. Cutter 5% and a changeup 3%. So those last three are really just to keep you off balance. The payoff pitch, swing, rolls it on the ground. Olsen's got it, scoops it, steps on the bag, and there's one away. One up, one down, and Murakami will come to the plate. He was injured when we saw them earlier. This kid can pack a punch. .29 homers on the year, righty-lefty matchup. First year out of Japan is the pitch on the way, swing and a miss, it's 0-1. Starting them off with the slider. Murakami has an OPS of just over 900, so that right there tells you he can swing it. The 0-1 outside wide, 1-1, sinker off the edge. For those who may not be familiar, but by now I would think you would be, on what an OPS is, it's on-base percentage plus slugging percentage. The 1-1, swing, smokes it down the right field line. Been a pretty common statistic used in Major League Baseball, a little over 20 years now. You're still just going off of average. You're well behind the times. The 1-2 pitch. Outside wide. 2-2. What it really shows is that not only how often you get on base, but when you get on base, what kind of base hits are they? Are they just little dinks and dunks, or are they doubles and triples and homers? The 2-2 pitch, swing, rolls it on the ground. Ozzy's there and flips it to Olsen, and there's quickly 2 away. The Brew Crew, who we will see tomorrow, they are playing against Seattle today, so they are not going to be totally rested, that they are at home. They do not have to do the travel. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch, inside, four-seam fastball. It's 0-1. For those of y'all who don't follow it much, I see Dubois asking. Braves had a day game yesterday, day game today, and the next 2 days are day games. The 0-1 pitch, inside, 1-1. Sunday is the night game. And that is because when they get to Milwaukee, they're setting it up to go to Pennsylvania on Sunday night at the Little League World Series Stadium. The 1-1 pitch, well below the knees, 2-1. So if you can imagine it, they're treating tomorrow as a Saturday. Saturday is a Sunday. That's why the times are lined up the way they are. Late afternoon on Friday, early afternoon on Saturday, and then they head Sunday night to Pennsylvania. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, 2-2. He's gone four-seam, changeup, and slider, and backed it up with a four-seamer. Chris Sale pitches tomorrow. Perez on Saturday and Molly on Sunday. We get the Miz against Perez on Saturday. The 2-2 pitch, swing, lifts it high into center field. Underneath it is Harris, and that'll end the inning. So they go down 1-2-3. We'll go to the bottom of the first, or excuse me, top of the second. What am I talking about? Here in Braves country.
I play real sports. Not trying to be the best at exercising.
I'm Teddy Powers.
I'm the man who has the ball, so that is why I am better than everyone in the world.
Where do you come from? Where do you hail from?
You're in Braves country.
It's always great to hear where everybody's listening here in Braves country. Good to see you, Houston and South Central Texas. Maple Falls, Washington. So the Braves fit Kalamazoo, Michigan. Braves have 7 games left for Philadelphia. 4 in early September in Philly, 3 in the middle of September in Atlanta. That's going to decide the division, because the Braves have played with their food and have turned a 9.5 game lead to a 4.5 game lead. If the Braves win today, we will go back up to 5 going into the weekend. First pitch on the way to Ozzy Albies is a swing and a miss at the bender inside. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, rolls it on the ground, 0-2. I know I brought it up before, but just to kind of go back over it, the Philadelphia schedule. We've been talking about this most of the year, but I don't think I've talked about it in a few weeks. What it's going to look like on the back half. It gets much more difficult for Philadelphia. As the 0-2 pitch, swing, dribbled on the ground over a short, 6-3. Man, I'll tell you what, if Ozzy's hustling, he beats that out. That was kind of like a Lazy jogged down there. He only got him by about a step or so. But that has become the Braves' way, so they don't want anybody hustling. Philadelphia hosts St. Louis, and then they go on a long road trip out on the West Coast. We know how tough those can be. First pitch right there to Lane Thomas is 0-1. It is a 3-team, 9-game road trip is the 0-1 outside wide, 0-2. They're at Seattle, at the Angels, and at Arizona. And though Seattle's been floundering and Arizona, they're hanging around in the wild card race, and we know that the Angels are absolutely awful. It's the 1-1 down anyway, 2-1. It's still West Coast, and anytime you go out the West Coast, we all know it can be tough. When they come back from that, unfortunately, they'd get a day off, and then they played the Braves at home for a 4-game set. The 2-1 pitch swing rolls it over to second, and that'll be an easy out. Quickly, 2 down. 2 down in the second inning. K's only thrown 18 pitches, so the Braves once again not giving you a professional at bats the first time through. When they come back and play Atlanta for 4 games at home, it's going to be backed up a 3-game set at home against Houston, and Houston has been in the playoff race, so they're not packing it in. Lefty-lefty matchup right there for a strike to Harris. It's only 1. When they leave that, there is no day off scheduled. They go straight to Atlanta for 3. So we're going to play them 7 times in 10 days. Is the 0-1 upstairs? 1-1. And that's really going to make a big difference in the division. Now, if they split and they're all hanging around 2-3 games apart from each other, maybe not. But that's probably going to decide the division. The 1-1 pitch swing. Rolls it on the ground, up the shoot. Oh, fumbled and ends up grabbing the rebound as Harris was jogging down the line. And once again, they get the out because of the Braves' lazy play. We will be back in a flash. I don't know why Weiss is wanting to look at it. He must not have been watching the game. It was an out. We'll be back in a flash. 0-0 your score here in Chicago.
Looks like you got some stuff going on. Want to tell me what you did? Want to tell me who you did? Was it a boy?
Sometimes you need to take the opportunity just to come out and see a full moon is that complete rounded circle, which is made up mostly of gases. The question is why or how could we as humans live on the moon? Are the gases such that we could do that? The sun is a mighty powerful heat that is almost impossible to go near the sun. The moon is more manageable.
We'd like to know from you how you think it's going so far.
I mean, I think it's off to a great start. I feel like I'm overqualified for this position, if I'm being honest. And I like the team, but I think I have trouble with Amanda. I feel like sometimes she can just be such a I don't.
Okay, so Amanda's sitting in on this. She's
right here, Brian.
Oh, hey, you. I was just talking about our client, Amanda.
I don't think you have any clients named Amanda.
I don't think you have any clients at all.
He had a way of tipping off his pitches. If he was pitching a fastball from the windup, he'd have his elbows out like this before the pitch. And if he was going to pitch a curveball, his elbows would be tucked in against him. So every batter knew exactly what he's going to be doing. Of course, the pitches were so good it didn't make any difference. They couldn't hit either one of them.
Lead him 4-0. Here's Mickey Mantle. Now the windup by Sandy. He delivers. It's a strike call. The 4th straight strikeout for Sandy Koufax.
Casey Stengel believed him the best pitcher in baseball history. Forget the other fellow, he said, meaning Walter Johnson. You can forget Waddell. The Jewish kid is probably the best of them.
No hits, no errors, and nobody left.
Welcome back. First pitch swinging. That's a dribbler back up the middle. Off the glove of Holmes. He has plenty of time to rebound and grab it, flip it, 1 away. It was ripped back up the middle. He just kind of doinked it with his glove, and as it dribbled away, it didn't dribble far. It's a good fortune there. You know, you kind of expect a lazy effort by both teams in this game because it's randomly in the schedule, right? But it's a little different when you're on a swoon like the Braves have lost 5 of the last 6. You expect a little more hustle out of them. White Sox have been playing really good baseball. 1-0 pitch, outside wide, 2-0. Chicago White Sox and Atlanta Braves, believe it or not, it is a battle of division leaders, despite how frustrated we may be right now. White Sox lead the Central by 4 over Minnesota and Cleveland. Pitch outside wide, 2-1. And the Braves lead the Phillies by 4.5. The 2-1 pitch, swing, rolls the slider down, 2-2. I don't remember where I left off on that Philly schedule, but it's a daunting task they have at the end. So after the Braves 4, Houston 3 at home, and been back to Atlanta for 3, they will finish the month like this. The 2-2 pitch in the dirt, 3-2. 2 random games in the middle of the week against Washington in Washington. They're at the Mets for 4, and unfortunately both of those 2 teams are trending in the wrong direction. But they are road games, and then they will finish the season. The problem is you don't know if they need the games. But they are going to finish the season at home against Milwaukee for 3 and Tampa Bay for 3. 3-2 pitch, swing. On the ground over to second. It's going to be a 4-3 putout, and there's 2 down. So they have a more difficult schedule in September. If the Braves can get a decent lead going into that back half, it's going to be extremely hard for them to beat that out. If we need Tampa Bay to beat them on the last day of the season, it's probably not going to be in our favor because Tampa Bay will probably have wrapped everything up and will be resting guys. But prior to that, you don't expect them to just shut guys down. As the first pitch to Colson Montgomery is off the plate. It's a 1-0. He is the shortstop. Braden is the right fielder. The 1-0. Outside wide, 2-0. Braden Montgomery was the rookie, if you remember. They got the big home run that turned things around earlier in the year when we faced the White Sox in this series. The 2-0 swing and a miss, 2-1. So if you look at the fact they've got 9-game West Coast road trip and they're finishing the season against Milwaukee and Tampa Bay, not to mention the fact we get them 7 times, is the 2-1 in the dirt, 3-1. And we've played pretty well against the Phillies in recent memory. I mean, they tend to more play down to their competition. It seems like when the Phillies are in town, it's heightened as that pitch misses well outside the zone. Ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. So that's the glass half full look at it. Half empty is, my God, we were 9.5 up just a week ago. Take it for what you want. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch here to Mydroth is upstairs. First strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing lifted. High and deep into right field. Going back on the track. Acuna makes the catch just in front of the wall for a loud out number 3. Sunshiny day here in the Windy City. We'll be back in a flash. Nobody has a hit yet here in Chicago. In this date, 1919, the longest hitting streak in professional baseball history ends at 69 games, when Joe Wilhoit is held hitless by the Tulsa Oilers in Western League action. The 33-year-old minor leaguer's phenomenal stretch, which started on June 14th and included 50 games with 2 or more hits, ends when the Wichita Jobbers outfielder compiling a batting average of .512 over that stretch, 153 hits in 299 at-bats. Wow. And why was he still stuck in the minor leagues? On this date in 1938, first baseman Lou Gehrig, the Iron Horse, hits his final grand slam of his career. The Yankees' rout of the Athletics at Shibe Park 11-3 with the first inning blast given up by Philadelphia right-hander Buck Ross extends the major league record for bases-loaded home runs to 23, a mark that will be surpassed by Alex Rodriguez after multiple incidents with PEDs. And on this date in 1948, the largest crowd to attend a night game sees Satchel Paige become the 4th consecutive Cleveland Indian to throw a shutout when he blanks the White Sox 1-0 at Cleveland's Municipal Stadium. Joining Gene Bearden, Sam Zoldak, and Bob Lemon helps the team establish a major league record, and that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Lefty-righty matchup. Mauricio Dubon, the batter. And the first pitch on the way. Swung on and roasted into left field. That's down for a base hit. Maybe that'll get the Braves going. Wake up those bats.
Pardon me. Would you have any?
But of course.
I don't
One
know
of
what
life's
they're
finer
possibly saying
pleasures.
about this kid. I don't know. I'd say he's probably like junior high type, maybe a tad younger. He's got the new Braves stuff, the new Braves City gear on. They just showed him eating this big old hot dog relish with one of the Chicago dogs. It's the first pitch right there to Austin Riley is right there. This is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. First thing I thought of is, man, he's like most Braves fans. We're all eating our feelings right now. We're trying to get over this slump. The 1-0 count. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Braves nothing, Sox nothing. The infield back into the right. Huge hole on the right side. If you can punch it through over there, there is nobody. The 1-1. Down and in. Sweeper. Ball 2-1. I always say this is my favorite part of a lineup, not necessarily the Braves lineup, but of a lineup to get a rally going, because if you can get a couple of guys on, the next thing you know, you're back to the top of the order. The 2-1 pitch. Sweeper grabs the outer edge, 2-2. Sean Murphy is on deck, and honestly, some of these guys who've been struggling all year, like Murphy and Riley and whatnot, they need to be taking extra BP, relearning how to bunt the ball. The 2-2. Up top, misses high, 3-2. Because you're not gonna get whatever you thought your numbers were for this year. So you might as well start focusing on winning the team. Full count. Riley stepping out of the box. The payoff pitch. Swing! That ball's roped down the left field line. That ball's going back on the track off the wall. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. Here comes Dubon, the throw to the plate. He is safe, and your Atlanta Braves have a runner on the board. 1-0. Riley will hold up at second base. And just like that, the rally gets going at the bottom of the order. Smoked and roped. Woo-wee! Just got into the tag. That was a great tag applied, by the way, by Romo, the catcher. He caught and whipped it, and he came really close. He's definitely safe, but man, was that close. Sean Murphy, the batter, just got to get Riley over to second base. Lefty-righty matchup, first pitch. This is upstairs. Murphy does not challenge. It's 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing. Fouls it back. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Brings it. Swing. Rolls it on the ground over to second. And just what the doctor ordered. It's going to be a 4-3 put out, but on the play, Austin Riley moves down to third. Good productive out by the Smurf.
Smurf is me. I must call an emergency meeting.
So now they'll draw the infield in. We're back to the top of the order.
Don't try to fool me.
Ronald Acuna Jr. has a chance to bring in Riley. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Upstairs, cutter misses high. This time he got the call right. It's 1-0. Acuna, who would have had an infield single had he hustled his first time up. Kicks and fires. Upstairs, sweeper. Just touches the outer edge, 1-1. 1-1 count. Infield in into the left. 1-1 pitch. Check swing upstairs, misses again, 2-1. 34 pitches now for Kay. One out here in the third. It's about where he wants to be. The 2-1. Upstairs inside, ball 3-1. On deck is Drake Baldwin. The 3-1 count. Swing and a miss at the changeup, and it's a full count. Doesn't need to swing for the downs. All he's got to do is get it out to the outfield or punch it over the infield, and it'll be an RBI. Drake on deck. Olsen in the hole. Ozzie if the line got moving. The payoff pitch. Swing, chopper back to the mound. He'll look back Riley, and Acuna will spit the bit. It's going to be a 1-3 put out, 2 down. Bat at bat there by Acuna. And it'll be up to the Drake to bring home the runner with 2 outs. Lefty-lefty matchup now. First pitch on the way. Swing. Dribbles it to first, and that'll end the inning. Bat at bat by Acuna and Baldwin back-to-back. We will go to the bottom of the third, leading by 1. Riley gets the RBI here in Chi-Town.
Here's what I think you should do. You should write letters to all of the people in your life who have wronged you, but who you don't want to have in your life anymore, and then throw them in the fire and burn them. Okay, but what do I do with the letter?
What would you say is your #1 holiday film that you have to watch every year?
My favorite holiday film, you know what? It's got to be Elf. Because once again, Jon Favreau, I don't know if I'm saying it right, and Will Ferrell just knocking it out the park.
Could have said your own movie.
Do I have a Christmas movie? Which one is mine? Oh, The Holiday! Obviously The Holiday. Nancy Meyers, genius. Let's do this.
We're baseball players. I'm going to buy a brand new wood bat, take one swing, and it's going to snap.
We're baseball players. I spend more time warming up than I actually do playing catch.
We're baseball players. We're all addicted to caffeine.
We're baseball players. I'm gonna overthrow you in catch play and say, that's my bad. But in reality, don't care.
We're baseball players. We wear Oakleys everywhere we go because how are you gonna know I'm raw at baseball? We're baseball players. I'm gonna go down looking on 3 pitches, and when the dugout asks how the pitcher was, I'm gonna say he sucks. We're baseball players. I'm gonna bring a fresh bag of seeds to the game, and they're gonna be gone by the end.
We're baseball players. We're gonna reference the movie Benchwarmers anytime we get a chance.
What are you doing?
Eating day-old donuts. My friend Terrence, he's the manager. He leaves them out back for me.
Why?
It's called eating your feelings, ass bag. Mom's gonna walk into the bus till I'm 40, all right?
If you ever want to break into Rainey Johnson's house, you might want to think again. When being interviewed about gun violence in 1995, Johnson was quoted as saying, "I don't own a gun, but I keep a bag of baseballs near our bed. If someone breaks in, they better be wearing a batting helmet because I'm going to throw at their head."
For over half a century, I've had to live with the fact that I dropped a ball in a World Series. Oh, yes, you're the guy that dropped that fly ball, aren't you? And for years and years, whenever I'd be introduced to somebody, they'd start saying something and then stop, afraid of hurting my feelings.
John McGraw felt so bad for his center fielder that he raised Snodgrass's salary $1,000.
Grant Holmes goes back to work. Atlanta Braves lead it 1-0. First pitch. Strike right there to Peters. Center fielder. For the Pale Hose, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing and a rip. Slider, it's 0-2. It's that second and third time through the order where you're really going to have to keep an eye on Grant Holmes and when are they going to go to the pen. He normally pitches pretty well the first time through. He just doesn't have that kind of stuff that's going to get through several times through the order, much like his counterpart today, Anthony Kay. The 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. 1-2 count. Not that it matters, but Cincinnati leads the Cardinals 5-4. Cardinals are still ticking around in the wild card race, but they're hanging on by their fingernails. 1-2 pitch, swing, lifted, high into center field. Underneath it is Money Mike. He'll make the catch, and there's one down. Going to be a big series for the Cardinals this weekend in Philadelphia, so you hope they show up. If they have any hopes of hanging out in this wild card race in the National League, they are sitting 3 games behind Philadelphia today. The first pitch swinging, lifts that one, center field, lazy fly ball, 2 down. Back-to-back pitches, back-to-back outs. Fly balls to center. So, if they go in there and they get swept by Philly, they can go ahead and pack up their bags. Right now, Philly has a 2-game lead over San Diego for the final spot in the wild card. After that, it's Arizona, game out. St. Louis 3 out. Miami's technically still in there at 4 out, but they really needed to win at least 1 game against Philadelphia, and they did not get that done. First pitch is right down the pipe, 95-mile-an-hour four-seamer. It's 0-1. White Sox are in second place in the American League standings for division leaders as the 0-1 down and in 1-1. They're not catching whoever wins the East. They're 10 games back of the Tampa Bay Rays. So they're fighting for second. They're trying to get that bye. Houston is 2.5 out. The 1-1 right there, 1-2. 1-2 count. Two down here in the inning. Pitch on the way. Swing. That ball's hit right to Riley. He's got it. Flips it. 5-3. Quick inning. Nothing doing for the White Sox. We go to the 4th. Up by a run here in Chicago.
This is a message to everybody who lives in my head rent-free. I'm going to need some rent. I know. It's hard out here for everybody, but I am going to need that rent plus a $500 deposit. I know, but I'm going to need that ASAP, like by the 1st, or you got to kick rocks. But as you know, it's very spacious, you know what I'm saying? No pet fee, and I'm going to have somebody come and look at all those loose screws.
What can I say? I guess you're on to me. You said you'd take a bullet for me. You'd never take a bullet for me. Probably not. No one ever takes a bullet. It's just something people say that they don't mean, like, how was your day? Or, we'll stop if it hurts.
Here are some baseball facts you might not have known. When the Dodgers beat the Giants in the 2021 NLDS, it was Max Scherzer who closed out the game. Because the score was 2-1, Scherzer was credited with a save. It was the very first save of Scherzer's 16-year-long professional career. In 1980, the legendary Willie Mays was actually banned from baseball. Commissioner Bowie Kuhn learned that Mays had taken a job at a casino and was concerned that he would gamble, even though he only worked there as a greeter. The ban didn't last long and was reversed 5 years later in 1985.
If you have to pick up something heavy, don't ask for any help. Throw your back out. Be a man.
In 1912, Boston fans had both a championship and a bright new ballpark to boast about. It was there they had beaten the New York Giants, and fans were convinced it had brought them good luck. Built in a marshy area called the Fens, the park's most prominent features included a badly sloping left field that was called Duffy's Cliff because Red Sox left fielder Duffy Lewis had learned to play it so well. The left field wall was just 320 feet from home plate and was very friendly to right-handed hitters and very damaging to the windows of store owners across the street.
Welcome back. Matt Olson takes the first pitch. Swing and a miss at a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Inside sinker just missed the inner part of the plate. 1-1. 1-1 count. Pitch is well outside wide, 2-1. Olson struck out swinging. A couple of wild pitches out of the zone his first time up. They're definitely staying away from him out to the outside of the plate. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Sinker once again. What you hope is he misses his spot, but he's definitely living on the edge out there. It's either that or Olson with 2 strikes is going to have to shorten up his swing. The 2-2, they set up outside. Swing, fouls it away. That one got a little more of the plate than what Kay would have wanted. 43rd pitch of the day. 1-0 your score, top of the 4th. The 2-2. Up top, 3-2. Payoff pitch, swing lifted, high into left field, giving chase in left field, running in, making the catch in foul territory is Antonashi, and there's one away. One down, and that'll bring Ozzie Albies to the plate. Open stance from the right side to Ozzie, and he swings at the first pitch, knocks it back foul. It's 0-1. Ozzie grounded out to short his first time up. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Cutter, 0-2. If you're just joining us, the Atlanta Braves scored the run last inning, take the 1-0 lead. An RBI double by Austin Riley that brought home Dubon. He led off with the single, the 0-2 pitch in the dirt. 1-2. 1-2 count. Lane Thomas stands on deck. The southpaw brings it. Swing and a miss, chased a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Just above the letters, well out of the zone, 2 down. You have 4 NFL teams, Rosemary. I guess that's one way to consume. Whoever's winning, we'll check in on them. Lefty-righty matchup, first pitch upstairs. Misses high. It's 1-0. I thought I was in a conundrum with 2 teams that I wouldn't say I'm fans of both, but I watch both because I live in the area. The 1-0. Inside, 2-0. I got 31 NFL teams. Screw the Cowboys. The 2-0 pitch. Swing. Chops it down the line, foul. It's funny, when I was growing up, I really disliked the Cowboys. I don't really have an opinion on them anymore. The more and more we've done this, it's anything that comes out of Philadelphia. To hell with that. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-2. I find myself actually pulling for Dallas when they play Philly. The 2-2 count. 1-0 your score. Upstairs misses high. Thomas 0 for 1 on the day, grounded out to second. It's going to be a full count. If you can get him on, he's got great speed, and Harris is standing on deck. Beautiful sunshiny day here in Chicago. 74 degrees, the wind blowing left and right, about 8 to 10 miles an hour. The payoff pitch, down and in, ball 4. So he'll head on to first, and since this offense has just not been doing anything lately, when they get walks, we're going to play their clips. A little life in the fast lane. Lane Thomas heads up to first base. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch takes a sinker on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Dixon fires, swing, chopper, sweeper, back behind the plate, 0-2. 0-2 count. They can get the line moving. Dubon stands on deck. Riley in the hole. But there are 2 outs. The 0-2 pitch. In the dirt. 1-2. Sorry, fat fingered that. That was not a hit. The 1-2 count. Case sitting at, this will be pitch 59 of the day. So right where he wants to be. The pitch on the way. High and out of the zone. 2-2. Braves 1, Sox nothing. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Blew it right by him. Another one a little bit out of the zone. They keep chasing. That'll end the inning. Braves lead by 1. We go to the bottom of the 4th here on the south side.
You remember when you were over here filming for the documentary, and then you said, George, go over and talk to your kids for 10 minutes. We want to get some video, and then I'll cook these 2 tri-tips, and they were well done. If I wouldn't have had to do that, just look at that. Is that perfect or what? Look at that. You ruined my dinner, James, by making me talk to my kids, and they're here right now. I talk to them all the time.
A ball and a strike to Brett. Well hit, deep right. If it stays fair, the Royals are in front. And they are. Home run Brett. Slaps it. Brett makes a fine play and comes home. What a play! Yeah, you can smile, George. Why not? Over in the National League, Steve Garvey has 8 homers in league championship play. That's the overall record. Brett is right behind with 7, and Reggie Jackson has hit 6. That's in the playoffs as distinct from the World Series. Maybe this guy is the new Mr. October. 348 lifetime in league championship series play. Well hit to right again. Is this number 2? Off the wall, off the top of the wall. At least a double, and he'll stop there. He missed number 2 by inches. Alexander has to come to him in this situation. Wilson at first, nobody out. Well hit to left center. Back goes Mosby, along with Bell. Forget it! Home run Brett!
It all starts with the table setters. Who's the greatest leadoff hitter of all time?
Welcome back. First pitch from Grant Holmes, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup, Murakami. 29 home runs on the year. The 0-1 down and in, 1-1. Murakami grounded out to first his first time up through the order. 1-1 pitch. Down and in. 2-1. Batting .229, but with 29 home runs, he swings for the downs when he gets the opportunity. The 2-1 pitch. Swing, rips it over to second base. Ozzy's right there. That was a good old-fashioned worm-burning atom ball. And a 4-3 flip, one down. One up, one down. That'll bring the right-handed bat of Vargas to the plate. First pitch down and away. It's 1-0. Vargas, who had a big series against the Braves in those 2 games that we saw him earlier in. Standing in. 29 home runs of his own. The 4-seam fastball, 93. Kisses the black. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Swing! Slices it foul. 1-2. Grant Holmes is at 46 pitches. I think the big thing to me is he's the second time through the order. I don't care what his pitch count is. I wouldn't send him back out for a third time through the order. 1-2 pitch. Misses high. 2-2. And you kind of have to be ready to go get him even before then. But so far, so good. His numbers go down drastically that second time to the order. The 2-2. Swing, smokes it. But it's an atom ball right at Austin Riley. L5, 2 down. How you doing, Big Truck? Yeah, right. Do you hear a clip? Do we already have that clip together? I might play it next. First pitch on the way is outside wide. For a ball, it's 1-0. I don't think I have it marked. It's just in one of those clips. We'll see if we'll find it today. 1-0 count. Right there at the knees, 1-1. And I specifically, when I heard it, I marked it because of Tim. I was like, he's a Cowboys fan. We're going to mess with him. The 1-1 in the dirt, bounces to the backstop. 2-1. But I know this is their year, this is their year, this is their year, right? The 2-1 pitch. Outside wide, 3-1. We have been hearing that. I think this is the Cowboys' years. The 3-1 right there for a strike, full count. I believe it was right around the time the Braves won the first championship in Atlanta. The 3-2 pitch swing, rolls it on the ground over to Ozzie. 4-3 on the putout, and that'll end the inning. So far, so good for Grant Holmes. We'll be back in a flash here on the Braves Country Radio Network.
I play real sports, not trying to be the best at exercising. I'm Teddy Powers! I'm the man who has the ball, so that is why I am better than everyone in the world.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
The faces from the past. You've walked past them many times. I don't think you've really looked at them. Go on, lean in. If you listen real close, you can hear them whisper their legacy to you. Listen, you hear it? Seize the day, boys.
Hello. Toga! The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows.
She did not drink the vodka. Toga! Because I drank the vodka.
Objection!
Please be seated, sir. This is not a courtroom.
Well, I object anyway. Toga!
October 11th. October 11th, October 12th, and 13th, and 14th.
Toga!
I drank all of those days. I drank. I'm drunk now.
Toga!
I'd rather fight beside you than any army of thousands.
Then take it! It's yours!
Tonight, we are the greatest team in the world. And you were meant to be here tonight. This is your time. Their time is done. It's over. Screw them!
Guys tired?
Go get all the sleep I need and I'm dead.
Forget about the crowds, their fancy uniforms, and remember what got you here.
Toga!
Focus on the fundamentals. We've gone over time and time again.
You damn dirty son of a...
I wouldn't make it a habit calling me that, son.
I want you to remember that no bastard ever won it by dying. You won it by making the other poor dumb bastard die.
Well, that was pleasant. Nice of him to stop by, don't you think?
Toga!
And shepherds we shall be, for thee, my lord, for thee. Power hath descended forth from thy hand, swiftly carry out thy command.
And this crowd's back into it now.
We gotta do something. Absolutely. You know what we gotta do? Toga party.
We can't afford to have a toga party.
Toga! Toga! Toga!
On this date, 1919, the longest hitting streak. Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Mauricio Dubon is smoked down the left field line. Trouble in the corner with it. It's going to end it with Mauricio Dubon standing on second base. We'll see how they score this. It'll either be a single in an E7 or a clean double. But regardless, Dubon gets it started again. He is seeing Anthony Kay very well today.
Would you have any?
There's no way that's left fielder Antonashi was overrunning the ball and was trying to scoop it as he came by and could not grab it. Tough play, but they'll end up giving him an error when it's all said and done. First pitch right there on the outer edge to Austin Riley, who doubled his last time up, bringing home Dubon. We'll take another one of those, please. It's 0-1, the 0-1. Kicks and fires. Inside high, cutter. 1-1. A couple of things happened this day in history that are linked together by about a little over 30 years. And I thought was pretty cool today. So before the start of the Indians game in 1946, as the 1-1 pitch swings, fouls it back. It's 1-2. Bob Feller's fastball was clocked at 98.6 miles an hour. Now, in today's radar, it would have been much more accurate. I guarantee that's whistling well over 100. The radar guns back then were not as advanced as they are today, but they used the radar gun from the U.S. Army that they had borrowed is the 1-2, down and in 2-2. And it breaks the all-time record that was previously set by a much more ancient piece in 1939 of Atlee Donald's 94.7. And you got to realize back then they weren't doing the radar gun every game as the 2-2. Swing! That ball's cranked it deep, high, and it's going to be just foul. Upper deck. Per usual here in Chicago, nobody's up there, but that thing was absolutely launched. About 3 or 4 people up there, and one old boy got himself a souvenir. The 2-2. Swing. Smacks it high and deep. Foul and away. We'll do it again. So that happens in 1946 where they are using the radar gun. Once again, 98.6 in 1946 on the radar gun they were using. Guarantee you that thing's whistling well above triple digits. But that's all they had at their disposal at that point. Kay steps off the bump as Riley steps out of the box. The 2-2. Upstairs misses high, 3-2. 1974, so I guess it was just under 30 years later. I was thinking it was 44 and 76, but it's 46 and 74. Nolan Ryan throws a ball that officially hits the Guinness Book of World Record, and he was using an updated version. 100.9 miles an hour, the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the sweeper on the outer edge, pulled the string on that one away. On that day, Nolan Ryan struck out 19 batters. For the second time in 8 days and the third time in that season. First pitch down and in to Sean Murphy. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Murphy taking the sweeper. He's 0 for 1. He did get a productive out his last time up as he rolled it to the right side of the infield, moving Riley at the time over to third. The Braves came up snake eyes, bringing him in, the 1-0. Up top, cutter misses high, ball 2-2 and out. Anthony Kay sitting at 71 pitches, beginning of the 5th inning, so he's right on track. The 2-0 count. They set up inside. Down and in sweeper, ball 3-3-0. Standing on deck is Acuna. Dubon and Riley, the only 2 guys to have base hits today. Dubon 2 for 2, Riley 1 for 2. The rest of them, offers. Thomas did draw a walk. The 3-0 pitch. Upstairs, top corner, 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Swing, pops it back, foul. We'll do it again. Infield playing back into the left, outfield deep and straight away. Dubon. It's being held on by Mydrith by a bit. Fairly close to the base. Sean Murphy just looking to get a base hit. St. Louis is taking a 7-5 lead over Cincinnati in the 5th. The payoff pitch. Swung on and smacked back foul. So a full count. Jays have a 5-1 lead over the Rays. They're heading to the 8th, and the Guardians 4-2 over the Giants Is the payoff pitch, swing and a miss, blew it right by him, strike 3. I don't know what they're going to do with Sean Murphy in the offseason. You hope they can move him, but who wants him? You know, at the rate that we pay, you almost have to just ride him out and realize you bought a lemon. Speaking of lemons, Ronald Acuna Jr. will be up as a free agent in a few years. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Swing, lifted. Out to shallow left center field. It'll die in the glove of the shortstop, Mike Montgomery, and that'll end the inning. Dubon gets on. Nobody can get him at home. We come back in a flash. Bottom of the 5th, 1-0.
There are some girls that can manage time and some girls that can manage money. I'm neither of those girls because I'm going to be late and broke.
Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
Where's the scissors? I gotta give this thing some flav. What are you doing?
Crew necks are for squares and Mormons.
Oh, cute. Should we do mine? I don't know. If you have no car, why open the garage?
Here are some baseball facts you might not have known. Hall of Famer Jim Palmer is arguably the best Orioles pitcher ever. He had the most wins in the 70s and was remarkably good at limiting homers. Over his 19-year career in the league, Palmer never gave up a grand slam or allowed back-to-back home runs. The legendary Derek Jeter holds a pretty impressive record. He's played the most games at one defensive position without ever playing another, with 2,674 games at shortstop.
There's something in its intimacy, there's something in that incredible greenness, there's something in the peculiarity of the way that the outfield wall follows its meandering path from right to left. There's something about the way that it fits so tightly and neatly into the city, not surrounded by endless acres of ballparks. And there's something about the fact that it has been the site of so much baseball sorrow, has gone down there, that you can compare it to a Civil War battlefield. It is a vale of tears.
Welcome back. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch, swing and a miss. Braden Montgomery, the batter. It's 0-1. Montgomery, 4 home runs on the year, batting .237. The youngster came up against the Braves. The 0-1 pitch, swing, smokes it over to first, but easy play over there by Olsen. L3 in your scorecard, 1 down. They're hitting the ball hard against Grant Holmes. Fortunate that it's been in the teeth of the defense almost every time, but that ball is smoked. And this is the second time through the order, which we talked about. So if you see them go get the bullpen, is the 93-mile-an-hour fastball, swing and a miss, it's 0-1. Even though Grant Holmes has not given up a hit, don't be shocked. They probably won't do it until he gives up a hit, but I'm telling you they're going to be living dangerously. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, it's 0-2. They want to get this win. They got the full back end of the bullpen ready to roll. After getting swept by Minnesota, didn't use a whole lot at the back end of the bullpen in that series. These balls are coming off the bat, triple digits. The 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. St. Louis taking a 10-5 lead over Cincinnati. Not that you really care, but you want St. Louis to be playing for something this weekend when they go into Philadelphia. So you don't really want them just stubbing their toe and not caring if they win. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Doesn't really become a no-hitter alert until you get to the 6th inning. So you're aware of it now. If we get to the 6th inning, we will not mention the word. Infield is back into the left. First pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Whiff from Mydroth. It's 0-1. Holmes has walked a batter. Now he just has the one strikeout. So it's not a perfecto. The 0-1 pitch drops a bunt down. See, in the old days, that gets you one in the ear socket. Someone's throwing a no-no, and you drop a bunt down to try to get on, you get one in the ear socket next pitch. Or as Pedro Martinez used to say, sometimes you just got to give a man a rib sandwich. The 0-2, swing, fouls it back. Mydroth digging in on the 0-2 pitch. Swing, fouls that one back. He's gone slider, then four-seam. No matter what you say, though, when Murphy is behind the plate, he calls a better game. I know you lose something offensively when you have to put him in the lineup, but he calls a better game. But that just comes from experience. That's not a knock on Drake. The 0-2. Swing, lifts it. High and deep into left field, going back on the track and making the catch out there for allowed out number 3 is Lane Thomas. Will go to the 6th. 0-0 or 1-0 your score. Zeros across the board for Chicago.
Question for ladies. Who do you talk to when you're not okay?
Myself. That's probably why I'm not okay.
Mike Mussina is a Hall of Famer. On top of being an elite player, he was also very intelligent. He graduated from Stanford with a degree in economics and was almost the valedictorian of his high school. According to some reports, Mussina lowered his grades a little in order to avoid giving a commencement speech.
Look, you gotta get it through your head. It's not coming back to you.
Why?
Because you slept with someone else!
Yeah, like a month ago. God!
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
It's not about how many times you fall down. It's about how many times you get up.
That's not how a field sobriety test works, sir.
There is no greater optimist in baseball than President Charles Hercules Ebbets of the Brooklyn Club. For 30 years, he's been in baseball, and all that time he has had confidence in the Brooklyn fan. Through many seasons of losses and disappointments, he has carried the Trolley Dodgers, losing money year after year, when those about him lost faith in the game as a paying proposition. But the confidence of Mr. Ebbets has never been shaken. He believed years ago, as he does today, that Brooklyn is a major league city and that it would support a good team. New York Times.
Welcome back. Anthony Kay goes back to work. Drake Baldwin, your batter. First pitch is right there for a strike. Sweeper on the inner cut. It's 0-1. The 0-1 kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. The 0-2 count. Swing, slices it back foul. Standing on deck is Olsen. Ozzie Albies is in the hole. Braves 1, White Sox nothing. It's a quick get 9 in and get the hell out of town and head to Milwaukee. A 1-game makeup date from back in June. The 0-2. 97 misses high, 1-2. 1-2 count. Chopper over to third. Should be a pretty easy play for Vargas. It is. He flips it to Murakami, and there's one away. Matt Olson, the batter, first pitch, sweeper. A little inside and high. It's 1-0. Third time through the order with Anthony Kay. Olson is fouled out and struck out. Lefty-lefty matchup. The 1-0. Drops the sweeper down and in. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Outside wide, 2-1. Looking for baseball tonight. There's only a few games because of the NFL preseason, and also it's just a slow week in baseball. Yanks and Orioles play at 6:30. Nats and Rangers at 8:05 is the 2-1 outside wide, 3-1. Astros and Angels at 8:10. Everything else is a day game today. Full slate back on Friday. Braves will be on the road in Milwaukee. It's going to be a 3:45 airtime, 4:10 first pitch. Chris Sale Day, the 3-1. Swing, slaps a back foul. I like what somebody said on it. I don't know, it was yesterday or the day before. They said, how can we keep calling Chris Sale our best player, a guy that plays twice a month? The payoff pitch. Turns and kicks. Swing. Rolls it foul down the first baseline. We'll do it again. The 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Slider on the outer edge, and there's one away. Excuse me, 2 away. Ozzie Albies will come to the plate. Lefty, righty, open stance from the right side. Sweeper well off the plate. Ozzie did not challenge it. Bad job there. It's 0-1. 2, maybe 3 inches off the plate. I'd say closer to 3. The 0-1 count. Swing, laces it. Out to center field. That's down for a base hit, and Ozzie Albies is aboard. There are 2 outs, but a 2-out single. Get things going here in the 6th.
I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz, and nobody beats me.
Time is called as they're going to have a quick powwow on the mound. Zach Bove, the pitching coach, out there to talk to Anthony Kay. Kay is sitting at 91 pitches, so you got to figure he's at the end of his rope. Thomas, the right-hander, who has walked and is 4 for 9 lifetime coming into this game. So he's 4 for 10. He's 0 for 1 today. And they've got a right-hander starting to stretch. He doesn't look like he's even close to being ready, just getting up. It's Wasker Brazaban. Man, these guys just follow us around the country. Another ex-Met. We saw A.J. Minter. Who is now on the Twins roster. First pitch on the way. Swing. Soft chopper over to third. That should end the inning. It will. 5-3. And will go to the bottom of the 6th. Clinging to a 1-run lead. 1-0 your score here in Chicago.
Okay, so I am going to be completely honest with you guys, and I am not going to bullshit anymore as to why my wife will no longer be in any more of my videos again. Okay, it is because she has officially served me not only with divorce papers, but what really hurt is that she told me she wishes I was dead.
Babe, what are you talking about? I have not served you with any divorce papers.
I got them right here. I can show it to them.
Babe, that's our annual budget. We're trying to save money.
Yeah, but you specifically crossed out lightsabers.
Correct, because you're not going to spend money on stupid Jedi. We don't have it.
But that's the best defense that we have against the chancleta, and you know this.
Star Wars is just a movie. You are not a Jedi, and chancla is not real.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Then how come you haven't killed me yet?
Puñeta, because I'm not going to train another husband.
I'm a Jedi!
Bob was on Johnny over 100 times.
I remember after the first show I did, I heard Johnny ask, Ed, did that guy really play baseball? And Ed said, I think so. And then I went back like 2 weeks later and did another show. And I did maybe 4 shows in the first couple of months after I'd done the first one. And then, just became kind of like a semi-regular.
Sometimes somebody just gets you, and Johnny just got you.
Johnny built a theater at the University of Nebraska. So they asked me to come out there and do a show. They sell the place out. I mean, it's sold out with students. After we're all over, one of Johnny's people came up to me. I think it's Johnny's nephew, who's one of his writers and everything. And he said, Bob, did you ever know why Johnny liked you? I said, no, I never did, because we always just got along, He said he liked you because you don't give a
Trump, you feel me? No, Biden forever, bro. Thank Obama for everything that he did for me, bro.
Well, he's wrong. He's going back to Haiti.
Welcome back. Grant Holmes goes back to work. First pitch, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Tristan Peters, 0 for 1 on the day. Braves lead it 1-0. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for Atlanta. The 0-1 pitch, swing, chops it foul. I didn't think he would be. Well, I wouldn't go that far. Chop shot. The 0-2 count. I guess you didn't catch where I was pitching, Peter, when I said we needed Star Wars. Because that guy was going off about he's a Jedi or whatever. The 0-2. Swing. High chopper back towards first. It's going to kick just foul. Took a funny hop off the grass. The lip inside the line. We'll do it again. He's one of the... We need some kind of a nickname for all the ones that always do nothing but capitals. You ever see me do capitals? I accidentally didn't take it off the keyboard. There's certain things I have to send to the radio station. They have to be in capitals. If not, it won't transmit. But if you ever see me do that, that's why it happens. And I'm just not going to go back and change it after it's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 1 away. But some of our guys, that's all they do you ever see in the Capitals. We need some kind of a nickname for that club. Well, good. Don't do it, Richard. They suck. You say you can't see James Ray, but somehow you read all of them. The pitch off the plate, right there for a strike, it's 0-1. They both can't be true. I can't see, so I'm doing capitals, but I respond to everybody's message. The 0-1 in the dirt, 1-1. The football had an over-the-hill gang. Was it the Redskins, the early 70s? The 1-1, high and out of the zone, 2-1. I've watched way too many Law and Orders recently to fall for that trick. James Ray. The 2-1 pitch outside wide, 3-1. Sir, you say you've never fired a gun, but you do have residue on your hands. 3-1 count. Up out of the zone, ball 4. Second walk of the day given up by Holmes. 74 pitches. And that's going to take us back to the top of the order. I told you, this is the dangerous part. They're going to keep pushing their luck, but third time through the order. And a lot of these guys have hit the ball hard at the top of the order. And here comes Hefner, probably to buy some time. There is somebody getting up. Suter is getting up, because we're not going to chase wins. Diddy is also getting stretched out, so. Good to see you, Mark. Man, that is a seesaw battle over there. St. Louis and Cincinnati, it's now 10-8 in the ninth. I think O'Brien is trying to close that out. He's not doing a very good job about it. I mean, they might have just brought him in because it was much higher. So the mound visit ends. And first pitch. Called for a strike on the outer half. Sam Antonacci's going to challenge this. Very close. Well, it's actually not that close. He should get this. Yeah, he got it. Ron Culpa, who we have just seen too many times this year. He's had some bad ones today. He hasn't had as many as he normally does. The 1-0. Right there on the outer edge, 1-1. And Antonacci, he is holding his lips because that ball is about the same spot it was. He's not going to challenge it, but he probably should have because that pitch was well off the plate. The things that must be going through his mind right now. The 1-1, swing, pops it up. High into left field. And underneath it is Thomas for out number 2. Both pitches were basically on top of each other. And the first one gets challenged. And by the way, they're showing them on the screen in the stadium. So Ron Culpa's very well aware that that pitch missed well out of the zone. Then the next pitch, same almost exact spot, and he calls out a strike 2. First pitch to Murakami is in the dirt. Ball goes wild all the way to the backstop. Murphy trying to backhand it. Whiffs on that one, and it'll be a wild pitch. But 10 years ago, the catcher would have got in front of that and probably knocked it down with his chest protector. Today, he sits on a knee and tries to. This is just good old-fashioned Olay right there. The 1-0, outside wide 2-0. Grant Holmes in a lot of trouble here until he's running out of gas. He's the second time through the order. And remember, Murakami and Vargas both have 29 home runs on the year. The 2-0 pitch. Brings it. Swing! Just got over the top of that one. That was a cement mixer. He's lucky to get that one back. 2-1. They would have been ready to roll. You probably would have brought Suter in, but they just got him up and going. So bad job by Atlanta to not be ready. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, 2-2. And I get it, he's only at 81 pitches at this point, but like I've mentioned a lot of times in this game, they are smacking the ball hard. It just happens to be in the teeth of the defense. And he's not going to make it through 9, so you can't chase history, quote unquote. He's never going to make it through 9 at this pace. Not with today's game. The 2-2, outside wide 3-2. And those aren't nearly as historic as if nobody's been on base. So it's kind of pointless to chase it. Full count. 2 down, the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That might be his last pitch. They may bring him back out, but just in case.
I play real sports, not trying to be the best at exercising. I'm Teddy Powers! I'm the man who has the ball, so that is why I am better than everyone in the world.
This guy asked me on a date, and then he never got back to me. It's been a day.
He moved on, probably with someone better, if I had to take a guess.
Yeah, sorry, that sounds pretty good. You're probably just out with the old in with the new.
Are you serious?
Probably prettier than you too.
Oh my god.
You look like a giant turd right now.
Michael Conforto's mother is an Olympic gold medalist. Tracy Ruiz Conforto was a synchronized swimmer in the 80s and won 2 gold medals in the Olympics along with a silver medal. Tracy was inducted into the International Swimming Hall of Fame in 1993, the same year that Michael Conforto was born.
If you were a bird, where would you fly? I'd fly to my favorite place, the DMV. We haven't heard a peep out of you.
If I was a bird, I'd fly into a ceiling fan.
Over the years, Brooklyn would be represented by many teams with many names. The Atlantics and Excelsiors, the Bridegrooms, Bushwicks and Superbas, the Tip Tops, after the baker of Tip Top bread who owned them for a time, the Robins, after their manager Wilbert Robinson, the Trolley Dodgers, and finally, just the Dodger.
The story of the Brooklyn Dodgers is the story of one of the 5 boroughs in New York. Brooklyn was an independent city to itself until 1898. It was one of the great cities. It was a city with a population bigger than Chicago. But because of the subway, because of the bridges, because of the water and electric facilities, the state forced Brooklyn into the city of New York in 1898. And Brooklyn didn't want to be in the city of New York. New York had the tall buildings and this, that, and the other, and the railroad stations and Broadway. Brooklyn was just, well, they call it the bedroom of New York. But the one thing that they had in Brooklyn was a baseball club called the Dodgers. And the whole borough of Brooklyn centered its love and attention on the Dodgers and used the Dodgers against the tall buildings of Manhattan.
Welcome back. Lefty-lefty matchup. Kay goes back to work against Michael Harris, Money Mike. Takes the pitch outside for a ball. It's 1-0. The infield is back and to the right. The 1-0 pitch, swing, laces it. Deep down the right field corner, stay fair. That ball is fair. That ball's going to get down where the green grass grows. Money Mike goes around first. He's heading for second base. And we got a leadoff double against Anthony Kay.
What they know about that?
God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle dazzle.
Every kiss begins with Kay, and he can kiss the game goodbye. He's heading out. Here comes Wasker Brazaban in, and the Braves are threatening. We'll be back in a flash. Welcome back. Brazoban at the plate. At the bump. First pitch swung on. That ball is blasted high and deep into right field. Going back on the track, making the catch in the corners, Montgomery for a loud out number 1. But on the play, Dubon moves the runner from second down to third. Good old-fashioned productive out. One away.
But of course. One of life's finer pleasures.
There are 327 no-nos in Major League Baseball history. That's why it's no longer a big deal. It used to be. As the first pitch on the way, as the infield is drawn in, that ball is smoked up the hole, and here comes Mike around to score, an RBI single by the Rake.
You're my boy, Blue! Blue, you're my boy!
95-mile-an-hour fastball. That ball came off the bat over 100 miles. That ball was drilled. Remember, the Braves have seen Brazoban quite a bit this year. And throughout the years, he's an ex-New York Met. So what feels like an offensive explosion recently. Braves 2. White Sox nothing. Sean Murphy, the batter, first pitch swinging. He knocks that through. He gets a base hit. Everybody gets a base hit.
Murphy's me. I must call an emergency meeting.
Look under your seat. You're all getting base hits today.
Don't try to fool me.
7th hit of the day for Sean Murphy, or 7th hit of the day for the Braves. First for Sean Murphy, raising his batting average up to an impressive 135 on the year. And that'll bring Ronald Acuna Jr. to the plate. It'll also send their pitching coach, Zach Bove, out there to talk to Brazoban. Probably starting off with what the hell are you doing out here? Left-hander Hagen Smith is warming up in the pen. And they're probably just trying to buy time with the left-hander Drake Baldwin and Matt Olson standing on deck. So Acuna has a golden opportunity here. Acuna, who is 0 for 3 on the day. Should have an infield single, but was not hustling out of the gate if you're just joining us in the first inning. He's got a chance to come through here. Righty-righty matchup. In the first pitch, swing and a miss, chase a bad changeup in the dirt. It's 0-1. On deck is Baldwin. In the hole is Olson, but most likely this is the last batter for Brazoban with the left-hander warming up in the pen. The 0-1 pitch. Takes the changeup upstairs. Belt high right in his swing path. It's 0-2. Milwaukee leads Seattle 6-4 in the fourth as the 0-2 swing and a miss. Terrible at bat by Acuna. Strike 3. Chase that one in the dirt. 2 down. I'm telling you, if I'm Anthopoulos or whoever replaces him in the offseason, I'm trading Acuna and Sean Murphy, and I'm re-stabilizing this roster. I'm extending Ozzie Albies. They've already got Harris extended. That's going to be it for Brazoban. We'll be back in a flash. 2-0 your score. Smith coming out of the pen. Welcome back. First pitch is inside to Drake Baldwin. It's 1-0. Lefty-lefty matchup. Olsen on deck, but there are 2 outs. There's 2 on. The 1-0 pitch right there paints the outer edge. Top of the 7th. 2-0 your score. The 1-1 count on Baldwin. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Smoking it by him. It's 1-2. He's gone 4 seamers, 3 consecutive pitches all on the outside. They're coming in at 93-94. The 1-2. Check swing. They said he went around. I don't know if I buy that one. Another bad call by Culpa, but the Braves do add 1 on the board. We've got a 2-run lead. We go to the bottom of the 7th here in Braves country.
All right. I can't see you. Let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3. Me out to the ball game. Me out to the find me some peanuts, crackers, Jack.
Welcome back. Grant Holmes going to go back out there for another inning, maybe. I think they'll just ride him as long as he's still grooving. As the first pitch, 4-seam fastball. Upstairs for a ball, it's 1-0. With the 2-run lead now, they may just ride it out until a runner gets on. Is the 1-0 in the dirt, 2-0. I no longer see Suter warming up. It's just Diddy. And if he can get through this inning, then you would turn it over to Lee and Iglesias. The 2-0 pitch, swing, slices it back foul, 2-1. The 2-1 count. Kicks and fires, 3-1. Grant Holmes has walked 2 batters so far today. And I don't know what the idea was there with that curveball behind in the count, 2-1. The 3-1 pitch, swing, rifles it back foul, full count. Full count. Payoff pitch. Inside, almost gets him, ball 4. That will bring the tying run to the plate. Righty-lefty matchup, first pitch, outside wide, called for a ball. It's 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Grant Holmes at 91 pitches. You know how hard it's going to be for them to get him out of the starting rotation now after everything that's been talked about this past week. The 1-1. Down and in, 2-1. White Sox have put some hard hits on the ball. They're trying to get him through this inning. There's no chance of him going all the way through unless the White Sox just literally swung and bounced back every pitch. The 2-1. Nowhere near the zone 3-1. He is out of gas. So a 3-1 count. Swing, slaps it into left field, and that's down for a base hit. So that'll break up the no-no, and the go-ahead run comes to the plate. I saw what Bobo the Clown said. Imagine thinking that he was actually going to make it through 9 innings. Casuals. They'll always get you. Just a hanger there. That's got to be it for Grant Holmes. 94 pitches and giving up the first base hit. Ironically, one of the softer hit balls today, but that's baseball. Walt Weiss coming back to the mound. That'll be it, and it's going to be up to Diddy, and now we've painted ourselves in a corner with 2 on and nobody out. Welcome back. Diddy Fuentes comes on. First pitch swinging. Slider down and in. Swing and a miss. Braden Montgomery, the batter. It's 0-1. They never should have let the go-ahead run come to the plate. The moment that they walked him, that should have been it. But I get what Weiss was trying to do, but he was never going to make it through an entire 9 innings. Not at the pitch count that he was at. The 0-2 finishes with 94 pitches, 1 hit allowed. He's responsible for both runs on base, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. The 0-2 pitch, swing, golfs it deep into left field, but that should get out of play. It does. And the sparsely populated crowd here in Chicago. You take for granted how good of a fan base we have when we go around the country watching these games, and just people not in the stands. The 0-2, outside wide 1-2. That Minnesota series was ridiculous. This one you kind of understand because it was originally an off day. It's the middle of the week, it's a day game, et cetera, et cetera. 1-2 count. Right there, caught, looking strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry, punch him out at the knees. 1 down, big strikeout there by Diddy. Might have been a touch below. He thought about challenging and he didn't, but he sat there and seriously considered it. Remember, both teams still have both of their challenges. So it's a little strange that he didn't. But Braden Montgomery will make way for Colson Montgomery. First pitch, slider right there, outer edge. It's 0-1. On deck is Mydroth. Infield playing back and to the right. The 0-1 pitch. Way outside wide. 1-1. He's gone slider. That was the 4-seam that missed the mark. 1-1. High and out of the zone. Back-to-back 4-seamers, not finding a spot. 2-1. He has struggled with command his last few times out. It's cost him a couple of times. You figure he's going to get it back together, but it's a dicey situation here. The 2-1 pitch, check swing, went around. 2-2. The 2-2, infield back and to the right, outfield deep and straight away. Battle of two division leaders. White Sox in the AL Central, Atlanta Braves in the National League East. The 2-2. Diddy comes set. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the slider on the outer edge, and there's 2 down. So 2 down now, and Mydroth the batter. On deck is Peters. It's a righty-righty matchup. The infield back into the left. Outfield pretty deep and straight away. First pitch. 98-mile-an-hour 4-seamer. Bang! Right there at the top. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Brings it. Out and away, 1-1. So 1-1 count. He's gone 4-seam slider. Dropped the slider right there at the knees. Beautiful pitch. They challenge that, and they will not get it correct.
Wrong, wrong,
so that'll be one of the challenges for the White Sox gone.
Wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 99 gas up top, and that'll end the inning. We're getting Diddy with it. We go to the 8th here in Braves country, leading 2-0.
106 miles from Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
I need a drink.
When buying a beer,
Buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Have dinner, ready?
Put my pants on, one leg at a time. Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Everybody drink a beer. Salad.
They're making laws where you can't drink when you want to.
This stinks!
Pretty soon we're going to be communist country.
This is total BS!
Oh, yeah. I'm in the Lord. You gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
I'm on the radio every day!
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
And you, music lover, you're next.
You're so drunk you can't hit nothing. In fact, you're probably seeing double.
I have 2 guns, one for each of you.
Welcome back. First pitch to Matt Olson. Lefty-lefty matchup as Smith is back out there. Hagen Smith, 1-0. The 1-0. Swing and a miss, 92 miles an hour, 1-1. 1-1 count. Olson, 0 for 3 on the day. The 1-1 swing. Soft bouncer over to second. It'll be a 4-3 putout and 1 away. Olson now 0 for 4, and that'll bring Ozzie Albies. Ozzie Albies, who singled to center his last time up, he's 1 for 3. Thomas is on deck. That's assuming that they leave Smith in, as the first pitch is a cutter at the knees. It's 0-1. You'd think they probably are, because if you were going to, Lee is warming up in the bullpen, folks. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss up top. If you were going to go to the right-hander, you would do it now. Just flip Ozzie around. So Smith is probably going to be here to try to spell the 8th inning for the White Sox. Braves lead it 2-0. Two runs, 7 hits, no errors for Atlanta. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for Chicago. The 0-2 misses high, 1-2. And 1-2 count. Yeah, that happens sometimes when a no-no's happening, Richard. The 1-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down. Braves are back at it tomorrow, 3:45 first pitch. Just doing the one game tomorrow, if you missed the notice earlier in the game, the first pitch on the way is right there at the knees. It's 0-1. We were going to do the doubleheader. It just doesn't seem like we get much of an audience on the nighttime games. We're going to bring the Phillies in St. Louis, but if it's not the Braves and it's not the postseason, we're just not going to worry about it. The 0-1 pitch misses outside, wide, 1-1. I am doing it on the radio. I'm just not doing it here. The 1-1 kicks and fires, swing, chops it down the line, foul. It's 1-2. Braves lead this 2-0. You'd like some insurance. The 1-2 check swing. Did he go around? They check down the line. It looks like first base umpire Scott Berry, of course he did, rang him up. Talked about Berry before in other series. He always acts like he's double parked. He's going to call the called third strike. We'll be back in a flash. Bottom of the 8th we go here in Braves Country.
So explain to me why I found naked pictures of other women on the computer.
Because you're nosy.
At Fenway Park, there is a lone red seat in the right field bleachers. The seat signifies the longest home run ever hit in the ballpark. The home run was hit by Ted Williams in 1946 and was officially measured at 502 feet.
No, I'm good. Stop talking. You're rambling. I'm sorry. Okay, just get to the point.
No, I'm gonna. I'm just saying I wasn't selling that kid drugs, dude. That's messed up.
Then what were you doing?
Dude, I wasn't even selling them drugs. I was buying it from him. That's support an entrepreneur. That's not bad. All right, I would not sell drugs to a kid, but I'll buy a kid's drug. That's taking drugs from the kids. I'm taking drugs out of the kids' hands and giving them supporting an entrepreneur, dude.
You're talking about like it's a lemonade stand.
No, that's what I said. I was like, dude, you should be slick selling lemonade too. You get the dry mouth, then you come back for lemonade, you're doubling up.
I've made more money than I ever expected to, but I'm putting all of it, and more too, into the new plant for the Brooklyn fans. Of course, it's one thing to have a fine ball club and win a pennant, but to my mind, there's something more important than that about a ball club. I believe the fans should be taken care of. A club should provide a suitable home for its patrons. This home should be in a location that's healthy, it should be safe, and it should be convenient. Charles Hercules Ebbets.
My father used to talk about the building of Ebbets Field. He was 11 years old when they started building Ebbets Field, and he somehow remembered what the hopes were for that whole area of Brooklyn, because he lived right near there, that they would have their own stadium nearby. And he said he used to go by every day and watch another piece of it being put together. So when he first took me there, it was like showing me something that was part of his own history, not just a stadium somewhere else.
Welcome back, Dylan Lee. In for your Atlanta Braves. 2-0 Atlanta leads Chicago. The 1-0 pitch, kicks and fires, swing and a miss, 1-1. 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Atlanta. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for the White Sox. The 1-1, swing and a miss, 1-2. If you're looking for odds, maybe just click your heels through 3 times. Say there's no place like home. The 1-2 down and in, 2-2. 2-2 count. Two went around, strike 3, and there's 1 away. Well, tried to hold up on that one. That'll bring Randall Grichuk to the plate. Jordan Hicks and Trevor Richards are both warming up in the pen for Chicago. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch, four-seamer upstairs. It's 0-1. Randall Grichuk batting .277 on the year with 10 home runs. Still a formidable bat in a platoon situation. As he go one off the plate, 1-1. One count. Lee comes set, brings it, swing. That ball's lifted high into left field, not very deep. Lane Thomas calling off the shortstop, Dubon, for an F7 in your scorecard. 1 away. It's good to see everybody's wearing their sunglasses today. Didn't have that debacle that we had in Minnesota the other night. Lefty-lefty matchup. Back to the top of the order. Antonashi, first pitch. High and over the plate, spinning around. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Up top slider, 1-1. One count. Brings it. Nowhere near the zone. That's the second time that four-seamer's missed well out of the zone. Braves 2, Sox nothing. Braves trying to end a 3-game skid. And losing 5 of their last 6. The 2-1. Right there, slider. Right across the chest, 2-2. You would have Iglesias for the 9th, and hopefully this handful of, well, not quite a handful, but several days off will allow him to find himself. He's been struggling a little bit recently. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the 95 heat across the chest, and that'll end the inning. We'll go to the 9th inning in a 2-run game. Here on the south side, Braves with the lead.
Forget about the crowds, their fancy uniforms, and remember what got you here. Focus on the fundamentals. We've gone over time and time again. And most important, don't get caught up thinking about winning or losing this game. If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're gonna be winners. Okay? Let's go! Let's go! Let me hear it!
One game. Tonight, we stay with them, and we shut them down because we can. Tonight, we are the greatest team in the world. And you were meant to be here tonight. This is your time. Their time is done. It's over. I'm sick and tired of hearing about what a great team. Screw them. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
All we need to win are the fellas in this room right now. And all you fellas need to do is believe it. Believing that things can get better, that I can get better, that we will get better. To believe in yourself, to believe in one another. If each of you can truly do that, can't nobody rip that apart.
Everybody wrote us off. Everybody. And yet here we are, 40,000 people out there have also written us off. And there are a few out there who do still believe in you. If you'll never give up on it. If you go back out on the field, those are the people I want in your minds. Those are the people I want in your hearts. Every man at some point in his life is going to lose a battle. He's going to fight and he's going to lose. But what makes him a man is that in the midst of that battle, he does not lose himself. This game is not over. This battle is not over. So let's hear it one more time. Together. Clear eyes, full hearts.
Let's go! And this crowd's back into it now. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Welcome back. Michael Harris II leads us off. The first pitch from Richards. Trevor Richards, the new pitcher. Fires it high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Comes in with a 3.24 ERA over 58 innings. The 1-0 pitch. 92 at the knees, 1-1. It's gone change-up, four-seam so far. The 1-1 swing. Lifted. High into left field. Deep, but not deep enough. It'll be playable at the warning track for allowed out number 1. Antonashi with the catch, F7 if you're scoring at home. Two runs, 7 hits, no errors for Atlanta. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for the Chicago White Sox. First pitch to Mauricio Dubon. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 drops it in. Four-seamer. 2-0. What you'll see from Trevor Richards is a four-seamer, a changeup, and that's really his go-to out pitch, along with a slider. The 2-0 count. Right there, 92. 2-1. Mauricio Dubon 2 for 3 on the day. Austin Riley standing on deck. He is 2 for 3. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Chase that changeup down near the equator. 2-2. Singled to left. Dubon his first time up, singled to left. Second time up, came around to score one time. The 2-2 upstairs. And Dubon's going to challenge this one. That looked like to be out of the zone. They were checking down the first base line, but I don't think it registered, and that definitely missed. And he did get that challenge correct. So good challenge by Dubon to extend the at-bat. The payoff pitch. Swing, fouls it back. Similar pitch that he fouls off, similar, a little above the zone, but probably too close for him to take. Glacius is warming up in the pen. Eyeglasses, the 3-2 pitch swung on. That ball's going to get dribbled into right field off the glove of the diving Bydroth at second, and it's going to be a single for Dubon once again, his third hit of the day.
Pardon me, would you have any...
But of course. One of life's finer pleasures.
Austin Riley comes to the plate, looking for his third hit of the day. It's 2 for 3. An RBI double, a strikeout, and a single. An RBI single. First pitch is right there for a strike. Four-seamer. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Infield back into the left. Kicks up top. Change up. 0-2. Standing on deck is Murphy. Acuña's in the hole. The 0-2. Swing! Rifles it foul. Out of play. Over the first base dugout. We'll do it again. The 0-2 count. Swing smokes it down the left field line, but foul. Near the tarps in the corner down there, the line. Ball was hit so hard, I believe it got through the netting because the kid's got a souvenir very quickly. I don't think it was tossed to him. I might have missed it as they flip it over first. He's gone four-seam changeup, four-seam. The 0-2 pitch, swing, smacks it back foul. We'll do it again. Four-seam changeup, four-seam changeup, four-seam. Three of the 5 pitches have been upstairs. The 0-2, another one upstairs, swung on, pops it up. Deep down the right field line, foul territory, giving chase. It's going to just get into the seats. Probably about 3 or 4 rows back. Riley making Richards work. Trevor Richards, 33-year-old, 6'2", 205-pounder. He's out of Aviston, Illinois. And he was a starter for quite a bit of his career, the 0-2. Upstairs, caught looking, strike 3. Change-up buckled his knees, and there's 2 down. His name sounds familiar. He started with the Marlins back in 2018 and then to the Rays. Been in Milwaukee, Toronto, Minnesota, Kansas City, Arizona. This year he started with Philly, and now he's with the White Sox. Sean Murphy, first pitch. That ball kicks all the way to the backstop. That ball keeps rolling. Taking a wide turn is Dubon. He'll stop at second. Runner in scoring position.
I feel the need for speed.
So a single could now get this to a very important 3-run lead. Really give you some breathing room going into the ninth. The 1-0. In the dirt. And blocking it, but not in time before Dubon heads down to third base. Could he kick another one? We don't even need a base hit. We just get 3 wild pitches, and that would give us a run. Both times it was the changeup. If you're Murphy, you have to kind of be thinking that changeup may not be where he'll go. And the 4-seam fastball is chopped on the ground, chasing that one high, and that will end the inning on a 5-3 putout. Braves 2, White Sox nothing. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Eyeglass this time here in Braves country. Mac McGee
and I, we're on the same team.
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
And we need more players. We need you to help us win the battle against hunger and poverty. You can sponsor
Braves Country Radio.
Teamwork is what
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio
is all about. And that's why we need you. For just $15 a month,
don't get greedy. Ask for $3.99.
You can sponsor a child just like
Braves Country Radio.
I've been able to really help
Braves Country Radio.
And it feels so good. It's so easy. Just reach out now and start sending your love around the world.
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
If you join our team, we really can bat 1,000.
Mac McGee.
Who's waiting for help. There's room on our team for you.
Welcome back. Yeah, they don't have hockey on locally. Well, it was just the way you said it in the South. I mean, they don't have hockey on local anything anymore. It's all been scooped up by your different. Now it's a la carte devices. It used to be cable. The sports Souths of the world that have all become extinct. Raziel Iglesias coming on the hill. That's one of those sports I just wait till the postseason to catch it. They let so many teams in the postseason, just like the NBA. It's kind of a waste. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way. First is from Raziel Iglesias. Is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Right there at the knees. 1-1. I think the only regular season I really watch anymore is MLB and NFL, because the rest of them, they let so many teams in. It's kind of a waste of time. The 1-1 pitch swing smoked over to Ozzie Albies. He'll flip it over to Olsen, and it's 4-3 on the putout, one away. Hard hit ball, but right at Ozzie. Like we've said, he has struggled with his control. You're hoping that the 3 days off help, but honestly, that pitch right there, that ball got way too much of the zone compared to where he normally likes to live. Vargas, the batter, first pitch, sinker at the knees. It's 0-1, and Vargas smoked one off of him in the beginning of this series way back in June. The 0-1. Up top, 94, 1-1. Benintendi stands on deck. Vargas 0 for 2 with the walk. He walked his last time up. He's hit a couple hard balls, though. The 0-2 pitch, swing lifted deep down the right field line, foul. Into the shadows, into the corner. As the sun starts to set here in Chicago, Illinois. Braves lead it 2-0. 2 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the good guys. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for the White Sox. The 0-2. In the dirt, 1-2. Braves will leave here after a quick stop, and then we'll head to Milwaukee right up the road. About a 30-minute drive. Maybe a little more with traffic than 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three, and there's 2 down. And we'll take on the Brew Crew tomorrow at 4 o'clock. 4:10 to be exact, 3:45 airtime. Chris Sale Day. 2:10 on Saturday afternoon, and 7:10 in Pennsylvania at the Little League World Series on Sunday night. First pitch to Benintendi, change up right there at the knees. It's 0-1. White Sox still have one of their challenges. A little surprised he didn't challenge that one. That was about an inch or so out. The 0-1 outside wide, 1-1. The 1-1 count, swing and a miss, 1-2. Thank you, Hanger. 1-2 count. I don't know why it's spinning. It's doing on all the devices. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike three, and Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win. I guess the machine had a meltdown. They weren't used to seeing the Braves win. Whiskey for my men, beer for my horses.
Do you see what you get? Loser! 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 Do you see what you get when you mess with the Warrior?
2 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Atlanta. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for the Chicago White Sox. The Braves will go to 5 games above the Philadelphia Phillies in the NL East. A little bit of breathing room as we head into a tough series in Milwaukee. They will bring in the Cardinals into Philadelphia. Game ball. We don't say this much. You can split the game ball today, and that's what we're going to do. Half of it's going to Grant Holmes, the other half to Austin Riley. Grant Holmes, 6 innings, a 1-hit ball. He did walk 3, wasn't necessarily dominant, but he got the job done, and he will get the W. And Austin Riley with 2 hits, 2 for 4, 2 RBIs, the only 2 RBIs in the game. And a great job by all, including those y'all in Braves country. Good hanging out with y'all. No MVPs today, so we will head to Milwaukee next. There it is. We'll see you next time. Braves win. I don't care what y'all say. That's funny. Atlanta Braves back to their winning ways, and the sky is no longer falling.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
It is the American game. That's just what it is. And actually, I can feel like I'm 15 when I'm talking baseball. I'm watching baseball. This is it. It does this. It can do this to any. It brings you back.
sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.